Coming up today on Finding G-Spots, we look at the magnificent Frederiksborg Castle in Denmark. Join us! Welcome back everybody. So today we're in Hillerød in Denmark, and in this lovely little town there's an absolutely beautiful castle. Now the town itself is about 38 kilometers from Copenhagen, and the best way to get there if you're staying in Copenhagen is to catch the train there. Now I haven't mentioned yet in any of my videos in Copenhagen, but if you are visiting the city, it's probably best if you get the Copenhagen City Card, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. Now when you arrive in Hillerød, it's only about a 5 to 10 minute walk to get into sort of the town area where the lake is, and then opposite the lake you'll see an absolutely stunning sight which will probably blow you away, and that's the castle. Now the town itself is reasonably small. It's around about 35,000 people who live there, and then from there you can walk either way around the lake to get to the castle, so it's probably about another 10 or 15 minute walk. Now as I mentioned just before, you probably want to think about getting the Copenhagen City Card. Now this will give you access to many attractions in Denmark, but most of them in the Copenhagen city. And of course some of them, like this place here, is also included in the card. So we definitely would recommend that you consider taking this card. Now I will put a link in the description with more details about that, so you can have a look for yourself and decide if you'd like to pay for that. Now the other thing that we would recommend is we left quite early, so I would suggest that you take the early train and get there nice and early so that you've got a chance to beat the crowds, especially if the weather is nice. And as you can see, the weather was absolutely spectacular when we were there, so we were very lucky to get there, and there wasn't too many people and I was able to film quite a lot of the buildings. So I would suggest you just make your way through directly to the entrance so that you can get in there nice and early and start to view this beautiful place. So at this point in the video, I'll just stop the narration so that you've got a chance to enjoy this beautiful castle. So I'll just jump back in and quickly explain how the tour works. So you either use your Copenhagen card, or if you haven't got one you pay, and then you can commence the tour. Now it's like a one-way walking tour, but there are little signs and arrows which point you the direct way to walk so that you won't miss anything. If you do want to backtrack a little bit you can, and certainly if there's not too many people that will be easy to do. Now we recommend that you take between 1 and 2 hours to fully enjoy as much as you can see. You can take less or more depending on how interesting you find it, of course. And there's plenty to see. Basically everywhere you look, the walls, the ceiling, even the floor, there's quite a lot to see there. So come with me and we'll have a look inside the castle and you can enjoy some of it. Relax and enjoy. Now once you've explored most of the castle and you're back downstairs, I would suggest you go down to the basement and have a look at this area. Now I didn't see too many people down there, and I think that actually a lot of people don't even know it's there. So they've got some beautiful stone statues. So I don't know how clearly marked it is, but I don't think many people were aware of it, or certainly when we went. So make sure you go and have a look downstairs. It is sort of near where you go down to the toilets as well. So yeah, make sure you check it out. Now at this point of the tour, we would recommend that you head outside and head towards the Baroque Gardens, assuming of course that the weather is friendly. Now you should take the time to check out some of the stunning scenery and some of the buildings which surround the lake area. So enjoy this part of the video where we check out the beautiful exterior of the castle. So we had a lovely lunch which we brought with us, and we sat down on a bench and enjoyed that. And then we headed towards the Baroque Gardens, which are beautiful symmetric gardens. And to get there we actually walked through this area here and enjoyed some of the gardens which were higher up, and you could sort of look down over the symmetrical garden. So you'll see them in a minute. So here you go, you can see a little bit of it here. So if it's a fine day and you've got any interest at all in beautiful manicured gardens, come and check out this stunning lot. They've definitely done a fantastic job, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Those were the Baroque Gardens. Afterwards we walked back into town. We had some beautiful ice cream there in one of the shopping centres. And anyway, that was the conclusion of our magnificent tour of the beautiful Frederiksborg Castle. So if you're wondering, it's around about a 45-minute train journey from Copenhagen to get to Hillerød. So it's well worth it. So that was our tour and the train journey. Thoroughly recommended by us. It's probably one of the most beautiful castles that we've ever been to in Europe. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I would love if you would subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, take care out there, and we'll see you very soon for more on Finding G-Spots. Bye for now.